Hi, my name is Ulrich Mors and I'm sitting at home in front of my grand piano, and probably you're wondering why. Well, I want to compare making music to making video. And what do you need for making good music? You need a good instrument and you must know how to play it. Well, before I show you the PMW-300, I want to introduce you to my old beloved EX1. Well, probably everybody knows it. Everybody knows the EX1. It's the grandmother of S/S recording, as well as the EX3. But there was no 4:2 recording on it. And as you know, 4:2 color subsampling is the broadcast standard. So luckily, Sony came out with a new range of cameras doing 4:2 recording, like the PMW-100, the 150, the 200, the shoulder mount 400, and now the PMW-300 is filling the gap between handheld recording and shoulder mount, and I will show you how. Finally, there it is. This is the PMW-300. It's the successor of the EX3, and it records to the S/S cards in 4:2 format with 50 megabits like the big shoulder mount versions as well. There are different generations and sizes of these cards. So for example, this is one of the very first cards I ever bought with my EX1. So this is 8 GB on a blue card, so it's a different color but also a different technology. And today we are at the orange cards, so this is an S/S card with 32 GB, but there are also 64 GB, what probably is around 3 hours of recording with XT-Cam 4:2. These cards are extremely robust. So on all my camera trainings that I'm doing this experiment all the time, taking a glass of water and make a nice card tea. So everybody's afraid of putting the media into water, or probably water drains into your memory cards. So actually, this is a nice tea. And will I put it this way in the camera? No. Better don't drop these cards wet into your camera. So dry them off first and simply clean it with a tissue. All contacts must be very clean and dry, and there should be no water left on or in the card. Then simply put it back into the camera. Of course, generally you should avoid any water on media or cameras. To be honest, I'm totally spoiled by the viewfinder of the PMW-700. Why? Because it's a 960 by 540 pixel resolution. This means it's half the resolution of HD. So this display has a very crisp picture, it has a good contrast and a very good resolution. And of course, we have all the focusing helps like focus assist and focus peaking. The viewfinder mount is a completely new design, and the viewfinder can be mounted in different positions and different angles. Like its brothers and sisters, the PMW-300 features 4 audio channels. 2 of these channels can be fed by the internal microphone. It's a stereo microphone that runs to channel 1 and 2, or if you like, to channel 3 and 4. The other 2 channels are fed by the XLR inputs. So here you can connect your microphones or your lavalier microphone receivers. This means 4 audio channel recording, 2 external sources and 2 internal ones. You can also double 2 channels on the channel 3 and 4 for additional leveling. Under the camera you can find an extendable shoulder rest. This can be adjusted to any length and fastened very quickly. This is how it looks like when it's extended. The lens is again a combined manual and autofocus lens, so you can put it in any mode between manual focus, total manual focus and autofocus. The lens of the PMW-300 is interchangeable. That means you can use this adapter and mount it into the camera to mount any 1/2 inch zoom lens. Let's have a try. In this case, we're using the widest lens available for 1/2 inch cameras. It's my XS13 by 3.3 made by Fujinon. We're shooting some experiments outside. These are the horses of my wife and they have to be the actors today. First we shoot with the XS13. The XS13 is a completely manual lens. That means focus, zoom and iris must be set manually. Now let's change to the kit lens. This is an autofocus experiment. Works quite well. The next shots are wide angle and telephoto from the same position. So far these shots have been made on a tripod. Now let's shoot from the shoulder. The PMW-300 is a semi-shoulder camera. That means it's quite front heavy. These shots have been made with optical steady shot in full telephoto. Here the camera stabilizes most of the movements. The shooting journey goes on. Now we're visiting a restaurant in the countryside. For me, it's very important to have a lot of output options. The most important for me is the SDI port. This camera has two of them, SDI out 1 and SDI out 2, so we already have two of them. The next option is HDMI. Why do I think is HDMI so important? Well, everybody has HDMI on its home television set or in the hotel room. So making reviews of your footage in the hotel room via an ordinary television set is very easy. So we can hook it up to any television on the market. One of the biggest advantages of the S/S card is the fast ingest. So we can use this card in the camera itself and hook it up via USB. We can use a dedicated reader or put the card into the laptop. This is a big difference to the XDCAM Professional disc. The professional disc must be always read out by a dedicated drive. Since the introduction of S/S cards, ingest is so easy. Just copy and paste material to the hard drive or to a server. In this case, we open up a content browser from Sony, browse to the clips, and just copy everything from the card to the hard drive. Usually this is a matter of a few minutes, depending on the speed of the connection and the hard drives. The Sony content browser is more than just a browser. It's a viewer, it's a metadata editor, and a copy tool. Handling clips of the PMW-300 in Premiere is as simple. Just browse to the clips, select the video files you wish to import, and click Open. Now the clips are ready to be dragged into the timeline. No transcoding, no recompression, it's so easy. Working in Resolve is exactly the same. Browse your clips and simply open them. The last example that I want to show is Sony Vegas Pro. Sony Vegas Pro is made for XD-Cam for many years. That means that the import is very easy, just via drag and drop. As you have seen, the PMW-300 is extremely versatile. It has 4:2 recording, it has a dedicated viewfinder, it's compact and semi-shoulder mount, and it has interchangeable lenses. So probably the best companion you can have, no matter what you're doing. Well, thank you for watching, and goodbye.